All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from that astonishing Game 1 where Blazing Memers actually takes the victory away from Ringnar's victims. It didn't matter how Fed 6 Hilly was able to get North Quab TP'd in, took his team to victory, and takes the Game 1 win. Congratulations to them, but that doesn't mean it's over yet. This is a best of 2. Ringnar's victims are going to have a chance to come back into this game. We just got into it. We're going to go ahead and let my co-caster Piscator take us into Game 2 of Blazing Memers versus Ringnar's victims.
Blazing Memers versus Ringnar's victims. We saw RV come ahead to such a strong start in the early game, but even the Fed Jinx couldn't carry them all the way through that scary Yasuo.
Oh my God. I'm at a state of disbelief on this right now. You have a little bit of a swap right now. So Blazing Memers are now on the red side, and the blue side is going to be occupied by RV. So we're going to have a little bit of a swap, so we're going to get to see everything. So what they decided to go in for this Game 1 was, let's not ban anyone out. Let's not target ban. Let's not do anything of the sort. But now for Game 2, after we got to see the best of the best from everyone else, what happens now? Target bans. Yasuo, Echo get taken off the table, as well as Jinx and Orianna. So all the good things that happened last game, we're not going to see. Now we're going to get to see exactly how proficient, how efficient, and how successful either one of these teams can be on a champion other than something that they play every single day.
I mean, that's something we allow and we discuss in the actual show matches between teams as well. That's why we have the best of 2 series. Best of 1, I mean, in the first game of the best of 2, when we say don't target ban, it pretty much means whatever portraits you saw on top of the summoner names, you can't touch that champion. You're going to have to leave it open to give everybody a chance to perform on their best foot. That way it gives a completely different flavor to the second game, where they can start reacting like it's an actual competitive match and start banning out those things that gave them the trouble. So, like we said, Jinx and Orianna are 2 champions rather that ended up being very powerful in the hands of Revelize and Sixily. So getting those off the table, we'll see if they can succeed on something more.
This target banning allows Fiora to be left open. This allows Skarner to be open. There's a lot of different options they can choose from, the quote-unquote OPs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to happen. Ringnar is still available, but what are we going to see? We're going to see a first-pick Thresh, Tessel Craig, over 230k mastery points. He wants his champion. He wants it well. But the rebuttal by North Quab with the top lane J4, this is something that he goes to time and time again when Yasuo is not available. He just fills full AD Jarvan in the top lane and wrecks havoc in any way possible.
So pretty much he likes EQing into the team and hitting R.
Pretty much. That's it.
That's the same combo with Yasuo, right?
There is one auto attack. One auto attack to get like a good little, because it reduces their armor and then you press R.
There you go. But if we see that Crab got locked in, we haven't been seeing a lot of Gragas, so might be seeing some sort of like assassin jungler, or we could see Diana in the mid lane as well. Given that Victor is still up and available, Diana really good at jumping on him and deleting him in a hurry.
Diana coming out is going to be a lot of early pressure and a lot of damage that you see innately coming out of the Blazing Memers. When you have a Jarvan as well as a Diana, you want to go into them. You want to do everything you can to just get into the team fights and blow all your damage off, and then hopefully they're dead after that. You don't have to worry about any cleanup. So this all-in kind of composition that they're already starting with a Jarvan as well as the Diana pick is starting to just really mold the identity that BM wants to go with.
And RV taking their time and really deciding who they want next. Lee Sin didn't go so well for Oh My God. However, we might be seeing more of a damage-style jungler coming out anyway. The Vi and the Ezreal. We don't see a lot of AD Ezreal mid, so most likely this is going to go to Sixily, but it's still possible for Revelize to pick this up in the mid lane.
There is a chance for it. I look to see this actually going to Sixily's hands, because if you look at what they decided to pick up, they've got 2 dive-heavy champions. So what better way to not get dived upon is to pick an AD carry that has great mobility. Ezreal's able to do that. He can throw mystic shots. He can arcane shift away. And with the recent change in 5.18 to his all-in potential, with that 0.5 AD scaling on the E now, that's going to allow him to be a little bit more powerful in lane. If Thresh Tessel Craig, should I say, is able to land a good enough hook and things go the way that they want, that extra damage will be perfect for an all-in, but at the same time, he's still going to have that ability to use for even increased mobility when you look at the team that they have coming out of Blazing Memers.
Meanwhile, if this Ari Twitch gets locked in, Blazing Memer is going to be running what I call a headache comp. We just get a headache trying to keep track of 4 people who could just jump on you and kill you instantly at any moment. But Lucian, the guy is not seeing a whole lot in pro play nowadays, but he does still have his place, especially with the little buffs that he's been receiving in the past few patches.
A little bit here, a little bit there. They want to make sure that Lucian can somehow find a way to stay relevant. And I like this pickup right here. It gives a little bit of mobility. It does a lot of early game damage. And Blazing Memers have a very strong mid-game composition. Once all of these characters get one item and start transitioning into their second item, the amount of damage they can do, the amount of objectives they can take, the amount of pressure that they can apply is just going to be overwhelming. And it's going to come down to a lot of what Ragnar's victims are going to be able to do to combat this. You've got the Lux, you getting wave clear onto your team composition. They're going to apply a lot of pressure because if Thresh is able to hit a hook or if Vi is able to get something, you can throw the ultimate from the Lux and just do a lot of damage. We didn't even touch on Garen coming into this, and it looks like it's getting locked in.
So Garen in the top lane, not super prioritized in the higher elos and in high-level competitive play due to the fact that, well, dude can't really catch you unless you're sitting right on top of him, at which point you're probably going to die really soon with a totally balanced true damage ultimate. But still somebody that's really annoying to have on you, especially since BM have a bunch of champions who need to get close range and want to get on your face directly. Having that silence to stop the Diana once she jumps in is going to be, I think it can be potentially game-changing in these later team fights.
It is. That's a lot of help that you see because like what we keep saying, they want to go in. They want this all-any type of composition. When you're going all in and you have melee champions and you have a spin-to-win Garen just sitting on your face, if you're marked as the villain, that true damage is going to be horrible. So as much and as fed as Northquab has the chance of getting fed, that once you get into these fights and he gets marked as the villain, then Ragnar's going to have a lot of opportunities. But my God, it's here. It was posted on Reddit a few days ago that Zilean is the secret pocket support pick, and it's going to get pulled out. Meister Voisu locking in the Zilean. Groovy Man is back. Groovy Man is here.
Hey, you get late enough into the game, this guy gets super annoying. You have the AoE stun with the bombs. He does a lot of damage. In addition to the slow that he does with his W, it's 99% at max rank. That's pretty much a root.
Stupid.
That's the only word I can use to describe. You get hit with that, you're pretty much standing still.
I'm not sure how it's going to work into this composition because I get the point. You can throw a bomb on top of Northquab or Staracious. You're going to be able to go in. That is a chance to do something. But it's generally you pick a Zilean because you want to keep a hyper carry alive. Well, they don't really have a hyper carry to use. Yeah, you can put it on any 4 of these members if they get fed enough, but I'm not sure that that's what Vyuku wants to do. So there's a lot of chances for success. There's a lot of opportunities, but if they decide to make lemonade out of this, that's going to be a difficult task.
So, will Team BM be able to clean out or secure the clean 2-0 for the day for the first ever broadcast of the fall session of Learning Fives? Or will Team Rengar's, oh my goodness, I was blinking, Ragnar's verdict, blah, blah, blah. Oh my goodness, I can't even talk anymore. Ragnar's victims be able to tie the series 1-1. We're getting into our spectator delay. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. Be sure to follow us on Twitch and on Twitter at SSEventsLol to see exactly when we go live. We have Coach's Corner coming up right after this, where I believe, are they going to do a game analysis, or are they just going to talk about ADC?
They're going to do a game analysis of Game 1,
awesome.
the Game 1 from the AD carry perspective, so we're going to get to see a good bit on both AD carries for that, and then they're going to transition into their show, which is shot calling from the AD carry position.
Perfect. So stick around for that. We'll be right back in a few minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the music. We'll see you guys on the Rift. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for Game 2 of the inaugural show match of the fall session of Learning Fives between Team Ragnar's Victims and Team Blazing Memers. We have a side swap this time. This time, RV on the blue side, Ragnar in the top lane on Garen. Oh my god, in jungle on Vi. Revelize in mid. Sigzily on Ezreal on ADC, and Tesselcraig on his favorite support, Thresh.
AD Jarvan is going to be played in the top lane by Mr. Northquab. Seracious on Diana in the jungle. Fizdon or Jay's pulling out the Assassin Ahri this time around. Lord Ultra Titan 96 with the Lucian in the bot lane. And to support him is going to be the Master of the Groove, the Master of Time, Meister Voiku, as I have been corrected, on that Zilean.
As it looks like we currently have 3 people on behalf of B. I'm trying to get down some deep vision. We did see a lane swap happen in the previous game. Ended up going really, really well for Sigzily getting fed early on, even though that they were unable to really capitalize on that in the mid game, and they just handed over the game later on. We're getting that deep ward down in the top lane. It gets pinged out, however, by the team of RV, so they know what's happening.
They're preparing for the split push, even though the split push is not going to be happening, and an even better job at warding this banana brush right here, because they're going to be able to see exactly what they try to do with these invades. So I'm not sure that that invade in favor of RV, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if the invade from RV is going to actually work itself out. So it's something we're going to have to watch for. Nope, they decided to just back off. They're going to do normal things. They're going to do normal lanes, and it looks like we're going to have a very basic average start here.
Boo, normal, average. I want to see a crazy game where Jinx gets 20 kills.
We did, and it just didn't work out because Quab did Quab things. Hashtag just pish things. Pish posh things, pish tosh. I don't remember. We had a meme for that at some point in Learning Fives, and I forgot it. But who cares? Whatever. The double jungle is going to go down right here. It's going to happen. They do like this. I've talked to Northquab a lot about his thoughts on the double jungle, and he really likes it. He thinks that it's a lot better. It's a lot more efficient than what the average Raptor start or something like that is, because it allows not only the level 2 that you get from doing a Raptor or Wolf start, but it also gives the jungler the ability to save their pots. They're going to be able to stay in the jungle a lot longer and help things go in this early game pressure.
Tesselcraig actually took Hook early on. Just he was anticipating somebody to come along that River Rush, steal the death sentence early on to try and get something to happen. Northquab shows up to lane after doing the double jungle, but Garen just jumps on him anyway. Spin to win, spin to win.
Spin to win, spin to win. I want to see how well this decides to work out. Ragnar started with the longsword in pots, so he's going to be going for a little bit more aggressive start. But as we all know, AD Jarvan does a lot of damage early. If you can land the flag and drag, you can get the knock up as well as the armor shred. Just look at that. Look at the damage that it's able to crank off. And so it doesn't matter what he's trying to do. It's just so much damage. Forces the flash out early. That's going to be a summoner spell down. Ragnar's going to be forced to try to back. No, he's actually just going to pop pots and let his rejuvenating passive do the rest. But still, not the situation that you want to be in at 3.5 minutes in the game.
Ooh, Tesselcraig manages to get a great hook onto Lord Ultra Titan. A lot of the early damage that Meister Voiku was able to deal out in the form of the time bombs being largely mitigated right there, as you know, damage on the ADC sticks a lot harder than the support.
It does indeed. Tesla wants to be aggressive right there. They're not level 3, but oh, the hook.
Goes for the juke onto Titan, no play backwards, but burns the heal anyway. Seriously, oh, it gets tagged up by both boss, Meister Voiku rather. And this pocket pick being very, very annoying even in laning phase. And people said that the problem with Zilean nowadays is the fact that his time bomb is a skill shot now, whereas before you just click on somebody, you make them very unhappy. But this guy knows how to. Wasn't there a guy on Detonation Focus Me who played a lot of Zilean?
He did. Their mid laner Saros actually played Zilean in the LJL Grand Championships. Or sorry, it's the Season 2 finals. I stand corrected. He's played in the Season 2 finals where they actually lost. They lost the series, but they won the game. He went 7-0-11 mid lane Zilean and just threw bomb after bomb. And you know what's a skill shot to you if you hit them all? you know, that's the faker mentality kind of thing. So if you can land these skill shots, if you can get the stuns, if you can get the consistent amount of damage off, then it doesn't matter what people are saying about it. The damage is going to ring true, and that's what he's trying to pull off right here. I want to see if he decides to go for the tier and just have this much bigger, much more expansive mana pool. There's a chance for it. He's low on mana right now, and this could be exactly what they want for a gank. Oh my god, it's actually going to get spot out, so it's not going to prove to any avail in that regard, but there's still a chance. He's still lurking. A lane gank might happen. Lane is in a good spot right now. Tessel Craig might be able to get something for his team.
I know Tessel wants to call this. If he landed that hook, I don't know if he had enough mana for the lantern. Always math that you don't really want to be doing when you're laning 2v2. Then again, in the top side, we see Storacious on the opposite side of the map. Getting some frog for takeout as she steals the enemy Grump right now. Northcop slowly making his way back. Teleport's still on cooldown, but the wave is shoved in a way that hopefully it gets back to him a little bit closer, but looking at it, it's just coming right into the tower.
This is a really good counter jungling technique right here by Storacious. The second that Vi got spotted in the bot lane, Storacious changed his jungle path and went straight for the enemy jungle. That's going to be a full clear that he's going to have in the top lane. There's no wards right now on the side of Ringnar. He's at full health, but there is a lot of damage from Northquab and Storacious, so they get the chance to be able to do something. This gank has potential, but here comes, oh my god, slowly but surely making it past the tier 2 turret, coming up towards his jungle. He's going to find out it's empty, going to find out it's gone, and that's going to be a lot of XP lost.
Yeah, but as Ringnar goes in, Storacious realizing, okay, you guys want to fight? Does not get the CC, but no flash on the Garen, and no Lunar Rush. The Moonfall comes in, but he's going to walk away. You gotta spam laugh on the way out, otherwise it's not a successful game.
You can't spam the mastery emote, so the laugh is gonna have to do. Gotta go back to your pre-mastery days. Cataclysm is available, only level 5s on the top of jungler, but they do not care, they still want some action.
Gets a knockout. Northclaw, while he does a lot of damage, can absorb quite a lot right now. Gets the flag and drag out. A lot of attention being focused this top lane.
A lot indeed, and this is something that we kind of didn't see the last time. Ooh, a good stun hits actually though on Voiku. Voiku doing some work, my god.
Put it in the top lane. Northclaw comes in with the dunk, does have the ultimate available now. Spin to win, no flash, but the first blood does go to Storacious. Team BM starting off strong.
You had a lot of, not a lot, but you have a big shift that you didn't have last game. You didn't see as much focus in the top lane, because they did the 2v swap, they didn't have to worry about jungles, and it was a lot of Voiku roaming around and just trying to make things happen. There was actually a lot of, not a lot, should I say, of jungle pressure. This game, however, is the exact opposite. You've got standard lanes, and so Storacious and oh my god, both are trying to make themselves known. Storacious is going to be ahead of the chess match early, is going to secure a kill for himself. He's going to go back. He's going to have the completed Runeglaive, so that's going to be a lot of damage on Diana early. Level 6 is available. Revelai is trying to clear the wave to try to help things out, and it's just already you're seeing Ringnar's victims on the back foot where they didn't have that this last game. They were playing ahead for most of the game until this bad things happened, but now they're just in a difficult spot. But oh,
yeah, Meister Voiku try to go and try to get a deep ward down, forced to use the chrono shift on himself, but Lord Ultra Titan comes in for the assist, flashes over the wall. If they aggro Dragon, this could be a lot of damage, but the bomb is enough. Storacious comes in for the kill secure. Diana getting snowballing. That's not something you necessarily want, but Tessel Craig wants even more action here. We have rotations coming out, but this should be a clean 3v2 before they make their break away from it, and in the first 9 minutes, that's a killing spree for the Moon Lady.
That's all 4 down. There's no jungler to be able to do something. A Baron, or not Baron, a Dragon could happen right here. You actually have Fizz on our Jace roaming around, was thinking for a second about diving that, but the ward coverage is going to just say no-go. We're not going to do this. Scuttle Crab is being taken in favor of Storacious right there. They're going to have that vision, so a Dragon play can happen very soon. And it's going to take a while before Ragnar's victims can actually do something of too much use, because you've got a tier build coming out.
Oh my gosh, he just flash forward in a very bad situation. Ooh.
Oh my god. That was
he was very close
unfortunate.
to getting Mountain Justice off. We actually heard him scream it.
From all the way. Where is he right now? I don't even know where he lives, or else I would give some. Why would you? Is that like?
No.
I mean, why would you? Like, of all the locations you could pick, you could do something as good as saying someone is from Italy or France or South Dakota, but you have to go with Canada. You have to go with Canada.
There are brothers up north. Gotta shout them out in some regard. Canada, they're very well known. But speaking of military support in the top lane, oh my god, comes in. Northpaw Power manages to flag and drag out of there. Lots of aggression continuing on in the bot lane. The 6 Elite and Tesselcrack continuing to put the hurt on them. That slow really starting to stick. And you mentioned the tier before. It looks like Meister Voiku is going to just spam all the mana so he can get as many bombs out as possible. My goodness, Zillion's annoying.
And he's doing a really good job at this bomb placement. A lot of Zillions make the mistake of always trying to get that double bomb stack stun, but there's just some situations where you just can't do that. So what's he doing? He's actually zoning them out. He's throwing his bombs in different places that forces them to move around. Lord Ultra Titan is able to hit his skills off, and while they're trying to dodge upon a dodge, they end up getting hit by the bomb. So this is some really good bomb placement right here. He's got the tier. He's stacking very slow. So 2 tiers in the bot lane. We're going to be crying a lot and hoping for some increased mana pool soon. But again, look at the way he was able to do that. It was so good. But oh my god, you're 2 levels down.
No vision in the bush. Off this Hunter Jace while we're talking about a possible gank coming in. Looks the Spirit Rush in, not able to land the charm. Getting pinged out. Oh my god, trying to come in for the assist. Ultimate is available. But it looks like this Hunter Jace is going to wisen up a bit, back all the way up between her 2 towers. Hashtag Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, indeed. So, taking a little bit of a check, it's not Ragnar's Victims that are taking the lead and pushing the aggression right now. It's actually Blazing Memers that are taking it. They're up 3-0 right now. They've got about a 3k goal lead, and a lot of it is just coming off of the farm discrepancy from this top lane, as well as a lot of pressure. Oh my god, he's going to try to come in, but Meister Voiku is just going to laugh and zillion his way out of these.
You move so fast with that thing. It's ridiculous.
It's just stupid, again.
But they don't quite want the follow-up there just yet. Last thing you want to do, go in right on a Zillion, somebody Chrono just stuns all over the place, and all of a sudden you're looking at the bad end of a 2-0. Astoratia is hanging around mid-side. A lot of focus this top and mid. Constantly looking for games while still staying ahead in farm. On the bot lane, the box goes down. Oh my god, came in for the gank. Nothing gonna come out of there.
A lot slower now that we've got these lanes balancing themselves out and getting the way they need to go. And if you think about it, this is boding well for all that Ragnar's Victims are trying to do, because even though you have, well, actually I stand corrected, Seratius, it looks like he's going to get another kill. One more Q is going to the trick, but no, Voiku actually, oh, Voiku.
Zillion killing in the Zillion.
Oh my god.
There's a huge story up in this top lane where Northquab, while he managed to pick up that early assist from the early top lane gank, also ahead quite a bit in CS as well. Almost 40 CS ahead on this AD Jarvan. As the TM offer the extra dueling power when he jumps right on top of you, pops that, boop, 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 all of a sudden you're at half health.
Yeah, and once he gets this tower, the tower's almost down. He's not going to be able to finish this off. It's almost there. The teleport is blown from Ragnar, but the second that he's able to secure this tower and can roam around, that's when Northquab is going to start to become scary, because he's 3/4 of the way finished on his teleport. So bot lane is not going to be a place you want to be when that teleport becomes available. And it's just, again, getting these 2 items, that is exactly when the Blazing Memers are at their strongest right now. The Abyssal is almost completed on Seratius. That's going to be huge. That means that Lux will do pretty much nothing to him. So he can just dive around, throw off all the skills, and it's just going to be dead teammates all around you. It's not what you're going to want to see. And another good thing that this that this Abyssal Scepter is going to be able to help you out with is Fizzon or Jace is going to have that reduction in MR for the enemy, because obviously as an R you want to bounce around the fights, you want to move yourself for things, But when you have Storacia to decide that's providing that MR shred, that's just going to make things a lot easier. Look at this, though. Look at Voiku. Balls to the wall does not care.
Well, in the meantime, oh my god. Try to look for something to happen in the mid lane, but Fizzdown or Jay saying, you know what, that's my pink ward. I'm going to pick up the kill on top of that. So an early 5-0 on behalf of Blazing Memers, in addition to taking the first tower of the game. Northclop punishing the heck out of this guy, who had most of his champions, I believe, banned out, because Rengar, he pretty much says he only plays Rengar and he only plays Gnar. I think there's one more champion that he plays. I think it was Yasuo, because I made a joke about how he doesn't like resources on his champions.
Huh. That could be something.
Cooldowns available, a level advantage here.
Oh, he wants it. Storacious.
Storacious does have the extra damage in the MR shred, and they're diving in deep for this, but it looks like they do get traded here.
That's an advantage. Oh no,
Northquab. Quab follows him over the wall. The shield comes down, juking back and forth though.
Quab, please.
Quab, please. Quab, please. No Quab. Oh, the smite. Was that really necessary?
It's just, I mean, ever since they introduced the ability to smite champions, it's just so fulfilling when you just see a champion like die to smite, because it's just, I smoked the evil villain kind of thing, and it's just, it's so much fun and so great to see. Tesselcraig, though, popping the exhaust right now, as well as the heal coming out from Lord Ultra Titan. That's a lot of damage coming from Sixilly. So they kind of moved it away. Zilean is just, you know, fast moving, doing groovy things to get back to lane, but that's a summoner spell for a summoner spell. It's going to go in favor of Rengar's victims, because you would much rather have that heal. Staying alive is a little bit better than doing damage.
Staying alive, staying alive. Sixilly is electing to go that man immune into Triforce. We're just going to ignore what just happened there.
I mean, it happens. There is a chance. 2-6 right now, 5.3k gold in favor of the Blazing Memers. They were behind early last game. They don't want it to happen again. But here comes the teleports. Looks like we might actually see our first big fight.
Chasing down the Ezreal between the tower, but I'm not sure if this is a commitment that you really want to do. Hey, maybe we should just be friends. Let's not commit this Steve too far on, too early on. Sixilly manages to find the kill from the outside, and meanwhile, mid lane's like, hey, that looked like fun. Why don't we start fighting too? Storacious running back and forth, but Sixilly manages to find a double kill at the end of that. Swag flag comes raining down from the heavens as Northclop puts that massive CS lead to use on the opposite side of the map.
Cataclysm is still available, so if Sixilly gets in a bad position right there, oh, there's the slow. Are you gonna hit the double bombs? No, it's not gonna happen, but Northclop still has the Cataclysm.
Oh, not gonna be enough. Down. They're so a little bit out of range. Ezreal so slippery. The TP comes in though. Can he be able to? Nope, he actually manages to cancel it. You know what? I'm just gonna try and take this out.
I kind of just got scared because the back animation from Pulsefire Ezreal, the little Cortana voice in your ear says "ready to take a break, Ezreal," and I'm like looking around going, "That's not my name. Who be saying that?"
Nobody whispers that into my ear.
It just happens, you know. It's those times. So, taking a little bit of a heat check, and you know, something that we've also kind of missed out a lot on is how well Fizzon or Jace is doing with this Ahri in the mid lane. 2-0-0 is only up about a wave of gold, but still up a lot against Revelize. Revelize is not in the place that he was in when he was playing Orianna the last time. He's not super ahead in farm. He's just playing very basic right now, and this could work out if you get to the situation. Tesselcraig is...
I want this pink ward.
Oh my god.
He got it. 30 gold. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Showmatch comes out of the mid lane. There are a lot of people that are low on behalf of BM. Looks like they're going to play the long game here. Ragnar jumping out Storacious. This is where the silence comes into handy. Master Voiku playing the Suicide Bomber with the Chrono Shift, and there's kills going down left and right all over the place. Lord Ultra Titan running around with the increased speed, but the double kill coming into the pockets of Quab. As if this guy wasn't dangerous enough when he had a little bit of gold. They just gave him a lot of bit of gold in that exchange. Uh-oh.
Oh, Revelize, though. Able to pick up something.
I just think it's funny that so many of the players in the game are spamming Twitch at the same time.
That might be a horrible telltale sign of the future, but we don't want to give anything away too much.
Yeah, saying there's a spoiler in the movie is a spoiler in itself.
Everyone dies, and Inception was fake.
Could you imagine?
I mean,
actually, Inception is that movie where you could say it was all just a dream.
well, I mean, it was if we really want to get to it.
I really want to think about it.
But I mean, you know. 5-14. Blazing Beamers are not playing the come from behind victory this time. And instead, oh wow, the spoiler alerts were real. Surrender vote coming out. RV might, are they up? That's
a surrender. At a very interesting point in the game too.
It wasn't lost.
Not at all.
The game wasn't necessarily over, but up 5-4 or up 14-5 and all of your carries fed, I guess, was just not at all what they were wanting. It's not what they were wanting to deal with. And I mean, it ends up just being a victory right there in favor of Blazing Beamers.
Well then, a very eventful first game paved way to a very anticlimactic end in the second game. But it looks like with that, we have a clean 2-0 on the day.
Clean 2-0 on the day. Blazing Beamers are end up going to take that victory. A very good job by all of them. I do want to thank every member of the teams. Sorry, I want to thank every member of the involved teams for this. You guys did a really good job at stepping up to the plate last minute. We weren't able to find the teams that we needed, so we were able to get these exactly where we needed to go. So with this ending, this is going to be the end of our Learning 5 show match for the day. Now, in about 5 minutes, One Track Mind and Coach's Corner are going to begin. So stay tuned. We're going to play some music. We're going to just give the screen up there to show you guys not only a little bit of what Learning 5s is, but we're going to throw the staff list up there as well. So if you know any of these guys and you want to learn more about Learning 5s, then you can make sure to check us out on the website on the staff list, as well as our website, learning5s.com. We'll have some of our moderators put that into chat. So guys, drop that down now so people can start filing in and figuring out exactly what they want to do with all the Learning 5s program. Thank you guys so much for coming and checking us out. This has been an SS Events production, Learning 5's show match. We are going to be live again Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. 11 a.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central European Summertime for the EU Learning 5 show match. That's going to be great. That's going to be awesome. And then we're going to be back every week for the next 5 weeks as the teams are going to play together. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. We'll kick out some music. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I was your host, Bill Jump Carter, and I had my co-caster, Joshua Piscator Lee. Thank you again so much, and have a good night.